This one not in a hurry. This one not in a hurry. So it's more like a long-term kind of battle lah. So they want to sell, then look around nearby to. They actually live very near me in Jurong West, but they want to put their child in Rulang. Then Lake Garden happens to be more than one click, so they just consider lah. But this one got chance lah, so more or less convert to resale lah, but they are not in the hurry kind lah. Then for the rest, I have converted some to resale, so helping them to sell and all that lah. Then find a place before they will embark to maybe get a new launch. It's also a long battle lah.
Sorry,
Okay, so
Ziyan,
today,
just back up a bit. Sorry. I just want to understand. So you joined in mid-May and you got your license in mid-June. This is something which is basically is this the first time pass or you have gone through many rounds?
oh no, it's not the first time pass. Total 3 times.
Three times, okay.
Yeah, I
And
took
then
took
what?
the exam 3 times. The third time, which is the March one, I managed to clear paper one.
Okay. The second time is probably mid-May lah, the May paper lah, May-June paper lah.
Oh no, it's a March paper. March
March paper
paper,
lah,
then
okay.
the exam result came out late lah. So only mid-May then they release.
Right. Do you ask around, and why I mean in that sense, do you ask other agency or you set up all along you want to join RTD?
Oh, actually all along I wanted to join RTD lah. I
Okay.
spoke to my mentor lah, which is my friend lah, over 10 years. That actually 2 years back I told him I wanted to join. Then I go and took up my course, and then I only managed to pass 2 years later lah.
Okay, and then before coming to the industry, so you're doing this full time lah.
I'm doing this full time.
Before coming to this industry, what were you doing? What was your profession?
I'm a self-employed. I'm doing t-shirt printing. Yeah, embroidery. But I'm still doing lah, but not so much lah. Only serving those old customers lah. Not taking any new orders.
Okay. So so moving on. So when you talk about when you do Facebook marketing, do you do the Facebook marketing on your own or you engage vendor?
I do it on my own.
Okay. Do you have some examples of some of the ads that you run? Do you run blind ads, specific project ads, or do you run asset progression ads?
I run many project ads like Lake Garden, Orchard Sophia. I'm also doing Mata Residence. So mainly these three lah.
Okay. So I think the number one challenge for a lot of us is that when we do Facebook marketing or we do marketing on our own, right? We don't know how to start or what to put. There's always the concern about, is my design good enough? Who is the target audience and all those things? How do you address such? Do you have such concerns? First thing.
Oh yeah, I have those such a concern. However, I think there's some basic guidance from mentor lah. So basically what he taught was, when you're doing for a certain project, then you must look at this project. Is it more for investment or more for own stay? Like for example, Lake Garden Resident is more for upgraders, more for own stay. So your targeted group is different from investment. So perhaps in the setting wise, the locality wise, maybe I'll set more towards the west, because people who stay in west likely will continue to stay in west. So for Lake Garden, my location I only set within the west area lah. Maximum will be I think if I'm not, don't remember wrongly, it's Bukit Batok, Bukit Panjang lah. Yeah, mainly the west lah, mainly the west.
Okay. So how much do you spend on your Facebook marketing?
Okay, for Lake Garden I spent I think close to 1,800.
Close to 1,800 over how long?
Let me see. I started somewhere near end May. And I closed on launch day. So about June. So about 1.5 months.
1.5 months. So 1.5 months, 1,800. So can I say it's roughly about 1,000 to a month? Based on 这样讲啦，对不对？
About that, about that.
About 1,000 to a month. Okay. Were there a lot of leads?
Leads there are, but A lot of rubbish leads. Let me see. Let me just pull up the data.
Mm. Okay, guys,
Okay, so
just want to highlight. Sorry,
mm,
basically for any form of marketing, you will open yourself to a lot of rubbish leads also. Okay, I think we have run earlier in the year, and I think Trick's not here. Cedric's running also. He's gotten quite a bit of leads also. There are real qualified leads. There will be rubbish leads no matter how. Okay, you can put in all the exclusion and all those things. There will still be rubbish leads. Like Lawrence, 你说吧。
yeah, so I have about 30 leads together altogether.
30 30 okay.
So
Oh,
cost per
which
leads
this
is about
30
60.
okay, cost per lead is about 60 which I think is decent based on what previous those marketing courses that we went through. On top of that, out of these 30 leads, how many of them are actually so-called real people? When you text or call, they respond.
Maybe less than 5.
Less than 5
Less than 5.
okay. Then
So
the
there are
rest are
some
basically
so the rest just don't reply you or have already blocked you lah.
okay. So out of these 5 leads, is the mother who's looking to buy for the son one of those?
No. The mother buy
Okay.
for son is actually through the roadshow. Through the
Okay.
roadshow
Okay.
hyping lah.
Okay.
Because the core team they book a venue at Jurong Point and like set up a store like that lah. So we were there to do hyping lah.
Okay. Okay. So as a new RES, how much? So out of these 5 leads, were there anyone whom you are able to convert?
Convert lah. So far out of these 5, no.
Not yet lah. Okay.
They
Okay.
came down to view. I mean, okay, out of the 5 who responds, only 2 came down to view. One of them last minute one is the day before I got the leads. Then I invited them down for the preview. It's more like window shopping lah. Just want to know more about the development. Then the other
Okay.
one, if I don't recall wrongly, is need to sell first. But after a while, also no response really.
Okay. Okay. So other than Facebook marketing, you obviously when you do Lake Garden residences, are you a tagger also, or you are a core team?
Yeah, I'm also a tagger.
You're also tagger and core team, I suppose. How much time did you spend on Lake Garden residences alone?
How much time? Well, I think after I got my license, it's like a full swing because they already started their training. So I have to catch up in terms of their training, their briefing. They also have hands-on. So each week, 3-4 days is spent at Lake Garden. So 3-4 days, easily that few hours at least. Then closer towards the launch, then the training gets more intensified. It's like almost daily. Yeah, hands-on. Closer to the launch, there are show flat training, which spend like half a day at least. Trying to go through hands-on, how to present to client.
Okay. So you would probably is this equivalent to like maybe if you're employee and all those things? 6 hours, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day.
If it's including like maybe hyping, yes. Maybe some of my own marketing outreach, yes. It's probably almost like daily.
Okay. Okay. So are you still running any form of ads for Facebook? Like maybe Lake Garden is it over? How about Orchard Sophia and all those?
I'm still running. Yeah, I'm still running.
Still running. Okay. So
Yeah.
still on the same
Post
budget.
launch. I reduced the budget slightly because I saw that not many people are doing. So I reduced the budget to 15 instead of 20
15 instead of 20, meaning per day lah.
per day. Yeah.
Okay. Understand. Can. Let's move on.
Okay. So I structured my sharing with a few topic in mind. First, what are the things I've done for Orchard Sophia, the activities then the marketing efforts, followed by how I close my leads So along the way, if I go too fast, please let me know. Or if you have questions, you can stop me and I will try to answer them. So what are the things I actually done for Orchard Sophia? What my mentor like to call it like income generating activities. So basically it's to generate leads. So first one is marketing, Facebook marketing. That's the only thing I'm doing. So far I think Orchard Sophia the returns are better in terms of the quality. Quite a good number. Managed to get, I think if I don't remember only about five to come down for viewing, including the one that I closed.
Okay, okay. So basically all these are from the Facebook marketing itself.
Mm.
Okay. So this is separate from Lake Gardens. So basically you also spend similar budget. Is similar budget.
Similar budget. However, Orchard Sophia I spend lesser. Maybe because
Okay.
the duration is shorter. Because I only start somewhere around early
Mhm.
July or late June. Start to do Facebook marketing.
Mm.
So the
And
duration towards the preview is actually shorter.
okay. So
And I
there
spend much lesser.
I see. How much roughly do you spend?
About 800. 800
800
plus.
also spend on 1 month
800
or
plus.
1.5 month? 800 plus.
About 1 month.
So less than 900. One
So
month,
it's
less
about
than
one
900
month.
in 1 month. Okay.
Mm. So I
Hmm.
got about, let me see, 22 leads.
22 leads, okay. 5 came down. So how out of these 22, how many of them are the real people again?
Real. I think
Hmm.
some probably the rest they don't want to divulge too much info, but I look at it, it's more like window shopping. They are comparing
Mm-hmm.
around,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe with nearby property, I mean projects. Because I can see when they reply me, they seem to know about other projects. So
Mm-hmm.
they must have visited and then trying to do a comparison.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So out of these 22, most of them respond.
Out of 22, yes, I think at least 50%.
50%. That's quite a good rate also.
But after
And
a
out of this
while,
11,
so out of this 11, I managed to invite five down, including the one that I closed. Then the rest, they got, oh, thank you for sending that kind of information. And after that, I also keep quiet. But I'm still sending. As long as they don't block, I still send.
Okay, so the message is as long as they don't block, we can continue. We should continue to send, 对不对?
That's how I feel. Because, I mean, you see, if they don't reply you or they don't block you, means they are still okay. Means, okay, I take it as, oh, thank you for sending me. Maybe I'll read again later. Or maybe when I need, then I call you. Something like that. Because
Mindset
if
very
it gets
important.
too annoying, yeah, if they feel it's get a bit too annoying, I'm sure they will block us.
Okay. Can you share with us the profile
Mm.
of the buyer who came down and bought Orchard Sophia?
Okay, for this buyer is a retiree. He's looking around for an investment property for his son-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, this property is bought under his son-in-law's name, lah.
Mm-hmm.
So just that
Uh, after this
his
session,
son-in-law is actually based.
after this session, please give me the client's number. 我看他要不要多一个干儿子。Okay,
He
okay.
has two daughters. He has two daughters. The first daughter is based overseas with the husband.
Mm,
So that's why the father-in-law looking out for them.
mm. Full cash or take loan?
No loan. So just cash
No
at the
loan.
moment.
Wow, in the
Mm,
son-in-law's name. Wow. Okay, okay,
yeah.
okay. Then
I
why
mean,
not
I don't
under
know
the
whether would
daughter?
they. Sorry?
Why not under the daughter?
The daughter has a property under her name already.
Oh, okay, okay, okay,
Mm,
okay,
I think
okay.
from what I found out, she has bought it quite some time back already, like 2, 3 years
Mm,
that kind, and it's currently renting out.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So basically,
So
this
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 son-in-law
we.
hasn't got any property.
Mhm,
So the father-in-law is looking out for him, lah. But he's always based overseas, so his father-in-law is somehow the person that will be the overall person to confirm this and confirm that for them lah, including the daughter.
Okay. Okay. So sorry, I want to backtrack a bit. Tell us about the leads that you have so-called swing out to sell and buy.
Okay, for this one,
no, yeah, for whichever Facebook leads that came.
okay, so for Orchard Sophia so far, those that came down, I will still need to follow up lah, because still to keep them warm. Maybe they are not ready to buy. As for the one that bought from me, at first they want to make appointment. They make appointment on the Monday, because at that point of time I didn't know he was a retiree. So he said Monday afternoon. So okay, no problem, I'll be there lah. Then closer to the appointment time, he messaged me, say that he has something on, he couldn't make it. Then I asked him, would you like to come by tomorrow instead? Then he say he's thinking to go to Continuum. So I said, okay, how about I bring you there lah? Then I can show you around. Then he said no need, he can go himself. Then I said, oh, jala liao, means this lead's gone already. Then okay, so I say, no problem. If you feel like coming by, just let me know. So what I did was I didn't try to send too much things lah. So the next day then I sent. So the next day I sent him the prices of Continuum of 1 and 2 bedrooms. And I also compare my Orchard Sophia in terms of the quantum, the entry price quantum. And then I also try to upsell like, oh, we are near MRT, Continuum is not. Then we are near shopping mall also. Tenant who live in town usually work in CBD, they're more likely, working in CBD, they're more likely to rent nearby. Then after he called me. So he called me and then say that he's keen to take a look at Orchard Sophia. Then he came down within the next 1 hour. So he came down, then I brought him around with his wife, showed him the 2 bedroom, two bath, which is our hot selling unit type lah. So it's a dumbbell layout and it's only about 603 square feet. So it's within his budget. And he liked the layout. So then from there I try to tell him more the good things about us compared with Continuum lah. I didn't downplay on Continuum because it's a totally different product at different location. But although it's freehold, so he's looking for a freehold. From there, he's I think more convinced that Orchard Sophia might be the one. So he still need to go back and discuss. After all, it's the son-in-law buying. So that point of time was, if I don't recall wrongly, it's Tuesday or Wednesday. Then the next day, I messaged him, asked him about how his decision. Then he said that he will still need to think about it. Then asked me more whether could he ask for more discount if he plans to put a down payment of 1 million cash. They ask developer whether can get discount or not. Because I'm still quite new, I didn't know whether can or not. So I asked my IC. My IC come back to me, say definitely cannot because it's same price across all the GMA. Then okay, then I think about it. And how I reply him was actually if you book during this preview period, you definitely stand to save and you're enjoying the early bird price lah. That's why I assured him lah. So then come Monday he asked me the same thing again. Then I tried to reiterate the same thing, assure him that this one will be the early bird price. That's for sure lah. Although I'm not too sure how much lower, but that afternoon when I was heading back already after doing my errands, then he called me, say he's coming to the show flat to place a check. I said, oh, okay, no problem. I'll come by and wait for you. Then he go to the bank to do a cash order. Then from there, he came down with his wife, go through the show flat, make sure that it's the unit that he wanted lah. Then before he actually proceed lah.
So all of the ad spend that you have spent so far, right? Just now you mentioned there are some of them from maybe is it Lake Garden session I mentioned that whom you have already swing out to do the sell and buy resale.
Yeah, so it's still in the process lah.
Oh, still in the process. Okay. But basically, what are the other leads that generated out of all these leads that you have done? How
For
many
Lake
sales? How
Garden.
many sales? How many sale are there? How many sell and buy are there?
Okay, so far I've not concluded any resale. So
Mm-hmm.
now it's more on like because they need to buy first. Let me look at around first before they decided to proceed to sell. Otherwise, they couldn't
Mm-hmm.
find a suitable one, then they will have a problem. Like if they sell their place already, then they'll have a hard time finding a place to stay. So they are still looking around, shortlisting for them. There's another one which need to sell her mother's house because she inherited her mother's house.
Mm.
So still ongoing lah. So for this
Okay,
one, still
so
waiting for court letter.
I understand. So am I correct in saying all these are working leads? So basically, I think
Mm,
for all of us is that we don't come in with the perspective of I when I market for Lake Gardens or I market for Orchard Sophia, I
mm,
am only going to close them at these projects. Okay, there could be other things that they can do. Example, sell. They can be a seller, it can be a buyer of a resale, it could be a buyer of
mm.
another new launch.
Yeah,
And
correct, correct.
few
At
messages that
first,
Lawrence has given us so far is that
mm,
I think as long as the prospect doesn't block us, we should continue to send them info. Of course, not so aggressive. Depending on you have to gauge whether the prospect how ready are they to commit in the next maybe 3 6 months, and then you
yeah,
tailor your information or data to them accordingly.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. At first, I mean, honestly, at first when I start doing I only have the intention to close at Lake Garden. So whatever
Mm,
leads I try to swing. I mean, just I didn't thought of swing them to other things So, but after this episode of not able to collect a single check, then I sit down with my mentor. Then we had a deeper review of my work. So from there, I actually it's actually right that what Godfrey had mentioned. It's not just closing at the particular project. You must also look at other areas where we can swing them to, which most important is to close at the end of the day is to close them. Can be big or small, but however, if we meet the needs of the client, I think likely they'll stay with you That's what I feel after this episode of not able to collect a check at Lake Garden.
mm, okay. Okay. Right, let's move on.
Okay, so can let's I
Mm.
move on from here.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so actually it's a bit sidetracked from my topic, but no problem. So what are the things I've done so far for Orchard Sophia other than marketing? I also done hyping. So these are some of the pictures I've posted here. I do with my team. I also do it alone. I gotten leads from hyping, which brought them down for viewing as well. Then they are looking for other things. One of them is looking for another project. So yeah, still waiting for them to confirm a date time before we go for viewing. Another one is they find that it's a bit too small. They are looking at other project also. So still got potential there. Then I also did farming. Farming. In fact, I did farming with my family. So you can see the next photo. My kids follow me
Mm,
They
mm,
like to have a challenge See who can put up the most flyers at the letterbox at the most So I brought my family along So in a way, I have some family time with them.
mm,
Okay. So marketing efforts will be Facebook marketing. Then I mean, since I think I covered, so I also do Lake Garden and Matan Residence. So how much I spend, as mentioned, is about 1,008 39 leads. Then for Orchard Sophia, 22 leads So the follow-up part, I think, is something which I'm still learning in terms of the responsiveness of us for myself
mm,
Like once I get the leads, how fast I should respond. So I feel that immediately is good It's important
mm,
to keep them warm. Then at least they know that they submit the form instantly. They get a call means they know that you're responsive. That's how I feel.
mm,
Then I try not to feed them too much information now. Not like
mm,
last time. I keep sending. This one good this one got what or what maybe say facilities and so on. I try to bring them down first, then I share more. invite them down, or if let's say they can't find a time, I'll just say maybe you can let me know your time so I can fit your schedule, that kind of thing. So this one, just now we talk about how I close my leads. So initially make appointment but cancel. Then, so I think the part is for this one particular, uh, I fulfill their needs lah, which which I want to mention here is they are looking for the best price, best deal. So on the booking day itself, the developer released two price. One is the actual price and the discounted price, which is the early bird. So what I did was I showed him the developer price. Then I tell him, hey, this one is actually 1866, but today you're getting at 1719. So he saved about 147,000, which I think he was very, very happy lah. So somehow I managed to fulfill his needs lah. Then
Need
he
to
didn't
get discount.
ask me to he didn't ask me whether can get further discount when he pay 1 million. Then I just tell him nicely, maybe you can put your extra funds for other things. Then you can just progressively pay when developer call for payment. Since you already got a very good deal. So he also agree lah.
That's okay.
He was sharing with me.
Sorry. So basically he buy it in the son-in-law's name for stay or investment.
For investment.
For investment, is he concerned about the? I mean, is after all 1.7 million all in cash in that sense? Was his concern about the rental returns and all those things?
So for rental returns, I also shared with him during my presentation what are the nearby asking price and what are the transacted rental price. So he's quite convinced lah that getting a 2 bedroom, maybe he can rent to two profile tenants, two different tenants. Maybe can at least safely can fetch about 6,000 in all. So he's quite convinced lah. Because nearby 1 bedroom is really asking for 4,000 plus. So I told him I don't want to paint you a very good picture lah. That if it's a 2 bedroom, maybe we can fetch around 6 lah. If it's more, definitely it's a bonus. So it's also understandable and quite convinced in that sense lah. Because we also won't know what will happen in the next few years.
Okay, can. Moving on. Anything else you want to share with us?
So actually, while waiting, because this is, as you can see, the relationship is father and son-in-law, right? So along the way is a lot of different links. All the documentation comes in, and I have to wait. I need to send the PDI to the actual buyer to sign, and before come back and print out and then send the OTP and all that. So it's quite an experience for me. But I think I fulfilled the needs of the client, and he was quite happy. In fact, he wrote me a good review, and he was praising me in front of my IC also. So I was quite thankful. And he said that he will let me manage his other property also.
So one Facebook lead. So basically the moral of the story is don't limit the age limit for our Facebook marketing. Roughly what's the age of this buyer?
This
I
one,
mean,
I think it's already 60 plus already, 60 plus.
60 plus I can't Facebook.
Yeah. So for Orchard Sophia, I set for the age group setting, I didn't limit to, let's say some people they limit to 55, right? I didn't limit lah, just set to the max. Because it's more towards investment. So maybe people who are around that age, even 60, they might have the cash to do it lah. Or even they need to take a bank loan, they may not need to take such a big amount. So I think for this setting wise, I think should be quite okay lah.
I think you have also highlighted a few key points in the sense that I mean, for all forms of marketing, there is no, as much as we try to narrow the target audience, there is no perfect target audience set out there that can garner the best, most qualified clients, do they?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay. So Lawrence, just to go back a bit on the ads. So do you do just a static ad, that means a photo ad, or you just do a video ad? Which type?
Oh, mine is all photo.
Photo of the project and all those things.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. 可以。小看老人家，他们很多时间刷面书的。Poly, okay, okay, yeah. Okay, let's move on. I'm not so sure what else Lawrence has to share with us. Like,
Okay, so actually I more or less cover the things I want to share today. So see if anyone has any questions or like to raise up.
Okay, 来 Q&A 了。Anyone has got questions to ask? I think
Your
should be
hyping, right?
应该是有。
Hype how many days?
How many days?
Yeah, you hype how many days?
Week 1 week about 2 to 3 times. About 2 hours each time.
2 hours, okay. How many days?
2 to 3
So I
days.
usually try to do almost
Okay.
closer to the weekends, like maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday lah.
Okay, okay.
Okay,
Hi,
I used to do Sunday.
Lawrence, sorry.
Yeah, thank you for sharing. So where do you hype at? Or all at the booth that is provided by the team?
Okay, the initial stage, my GM they assign certain place like Raffles Place, Tanjong Pagar, PLQ, Marine Parade. So I went for PLQ. I also went for Raffles Place. Then I was try to tweak in the sense of the timing. Because when I go for all this, their timing like lunchtime crowd, wow, zero leads. And people are just rejecting you because they are in a rush for lunch or rushing back to office after lunch. So I try to tweak. So some of the times I go myself. I do on Friday evening. I guess people are more relaxed. They might stop by to chit chat with you a bit, but still rushing back home like kind of. But still manage to get some leads there. Saturday afternoon, I try to do at PLQ. I think it's better. Personally, I find it better. But not Sundays. I tried Sundays. Wow, it's horrible. Sunday is full of the foreign workers. Then you cannot identify who are the potential one. Then I waste a lot of time. I try to talk to them, then they say, oh, they're foreigner. Or then I try to talk to the other group, then also don't get really good response Sunday afternoon. So I try to avoid doing Sunday. So it's mainly either Thursday to Saturday lah.
Okay. And then when you do this hyping and all those things is no longer in the booth that's provided, right? It's all like your roadshow and all those things, 是不是这样讲?
So Orchard Sophia don't have roadshow. It's more like we stand at some strategic place, try to get people attention, talk to them, then get their number.
Okay. Can. I think for roadshows or for hyping in a sense, I think some of us here, I mean, including Lawrence, has got quite a good results. I think Melissa also closed one from roadshow before. How many? Vivian also. Vivian is not here.
Yeah, I closed before, but really need to have discipline to do, I think that's the thing.
The main point is discipline. Whether is it alone or in a group, you must have the discipline to go and do it lah. Next question.
Yeah, I think the thing is attitude and discipline lah. Sometimes in the beginning I find it a bit dragging myself to go and do it lah, especially if I'm going to do it alone, or maybe with another person. But somehow over time, you know that doing this will generate leads lah, so you just have to do it lah.
So what do you bring when you go for the hyping? Just flyers
Okay, I actually do up a A3 poster that says Orchard Sophia, then the word big freehold on top starting from 1.2 million. Try to gain some attention.
Which is basically the piece of the card that you took, right, in the photos.
Yes. Maybe I think I have some the photo. Maybe I can go back and see. Sure. So something like you see the poster there. Yeah, this one. So this one, the one I'm holding now is I printed it myself because you see on the left side is another design. This one is by the ICs, I mean the GM. Then I realized I always need to borrow from them. I just spend some money and just do it myself. Then I can do it anytime I need. I need to.
Okay. Okay. Next question. Anyone has got questions? Eugene 开麦啊，Eugene 要开麦做吗？
Lawrence, hi, I'm Eugene.
Hey, hello.
Okay, I have a rather different set of questions for you. Okay, so I understand that you have actually gotten joined us on board in sometime in June, right? Okay, so congrats on your closings. Okay, so I just wanted to check, what are the challenges you face when being a new RES in such a dynamic market right now at this moment? How are you practicing, or maybe how are you actually focusing on to get yourself to be someone who is very reliable, that customers that you close can depend on your recommendations and analysis? Yeah, would you like to share with us?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eugene. So I think that the first part is the challenges, right? So I mean, in any industry, I always have their challenges. So for me, I'm trying to learn what are the possible challenges. Because my time at this moment is still quite short, only in about 2 months plus. So there are certain things which I have not come across, which I'm also still learning. But however, I think what I can take away from the past weeks is that never stop trying lah. Is you have to keep trying, even though they reject you, they close on you, they shut you off. Just got to keep pushing lah. Although they may tell you, hey, Lawrence, don't send me anymore. I will take a look. Then I'll just tell them, okay, no problem. I understand. Maybe I have sent too much. Perhaps when you want to look at other project, do let me know. I'm always happy to bring you there to take a look. And some of them reply, say, okay, they'll let me know. Of course, we know that it will be a long battle. Therefore, after a while, I realize it's about fulfilling the customer needs. So I will take it a different approach this time. It's more like trying to at least satisfy some of their needs first. Like just recently, I got one lead asking about EC. Then after I dig a bit more information, they are very young. They are only 24 and 28 siblings. So they can't qualify for ECs. They can only buy when they are 35. So I tell them currently the only option is to go into private. They understand they have some family issue which they would like to move out on their own. So I told them we can consider resale which is about lower quantum. Since you and your brother, then you all can consider the 2 bedroom with 2 toilets. So I did a rough calculation for them. Then they know that these are the amount of money that they need to save up in the coming months or years. Then this somehow I think I fulfill their needs about finding out how to do. I mean, because I think they are quite new, they don't know how to do calculation. So the next day I got a very nice thank you message saying that they don't really like to approach agent because the agent usually know that they are not ready to buy, then they will just ignore them. So somehow I keep warm with them so they are happy that I can help them in their journey, even though they're not buying now. So it's going to be a long battle also. So I think I will currently my approach will be towards fulfilling their needs first before I take them, hold their hand and cross the bridge to maybe to move on to the next step, to buy or to sell and so on. To make them feel comfortable, I think that is my objective for now.
I think for the lack or the lack of experience, I think importantly is probably you have to make up somewhere else, which I think Lawrence for this part, he uses his service to cover this so-called lack of experience. Eugene, does that answer your question?
Yeah. I mean, also what I heard from Lawrence is that it's about his persistency and he being very focused in what he wants to deliver for his clients and people who can benefit from him lah. Yeah. So another set of questions, Lawrence, if you don't mind, if you can take on. Okay, so basically I just wanted to check is that you see many new RES being in your position, okay, given a 2-month span or 3 months, they feel that they are not ready to take on any customers on their own and everything. So I just wanted to check, you see, what are you doing differently in which you feel that comparing yourself with the new RES, what are you doing differently in terms of how you enrich your own personal knowledge, processes, procedures? What did you do differently? I mean, in your own perspective.
Okay, that's a very good question. In fact, when I think about this question, right, it actually brought me back to the time when I took my March exam. So there's a agent which I know for quite a while. So she shared with me lah, no, well, instead of waiting for your result, right, why don't you go and attend training, go and attend lessons? Then you might be able to jumpstart when your license is here. At that point of time, I did give it a thought lah. Actually, why not? Since I'm also waiting for results. So just like I mentioned, I went for some of the training that Huddles provide, basic project marketing, form filling, that kind of thing, like PP form, all this lah. So I went for it. I think when I go into the core team training, it somehow, reinforce the training part. So I'm more familiar. Then of course, when it comes to the calculations, my mentor did a thorough run through how to do the calculation. When can CPF come in? When cannot? That kind of thing. So I think it's very helpful lah. The initial part training comes in while waiting for license. As compared with, I also seen some of my fellow friends who got the license about the same time as me. They are still struggling in terms of table closing, in terms of how they calculate for the client. Because, when client looking at, let's say 1.5 million property, they only have these funds, their income. Yes, you can use a calculator to calculate, but however, you also need to know when their CPF can come in, or how much to do pledging or unpledging, that kind of thing. So I think along the way, the training did reinforce my knowledge, which I'm now very more confident to present. So when customer give me this kind of data, okay, I roughly know how to present really. I know on the spot how I can, tell them, oh, you need this amount ready within the 8 weeks, and you may also need to do pledging or unpledging to get a full loan, that kind of thing.
Okay.
It's quite a steep learning curve for me.
But have you done the presentation so far? Is it a joint presentation, or usually it is right from the start, you just chung only lah, you just go in yourself?
You mean when I bring customer to show flat?
I mean, when you bring customers to show flat or you sit them down to talk, is it ever a joint appointment between yourself and your mentor, or it's just yourself?
All the while is myself only lah.
Okay. So what is your mindset when are you afraid of saying the wrong things or passing the wrong information to the clients?
Oh, yes. From the start, yes, I'm quite cautious on this lah. So I try to understand the product more. So for Lake Garden, I spend quite a lot of time to so-called memorize some of the key things like, the show flat, what is the unit, what the size, what are the different type of show flat, what are the so-called unique selling point. So, but before I go into sharing or my presentation, normally I would try to find out a bit more from maybe the walk-in or my invite, or whether, what kind of, how many bedrooms, for example, they are looking at, or is it for own stay or investment. From there, I will try to focus on the presentation now.
Okay, thank you. I think what I really admire about Lawrence is that in terms of his daringness to come out, even though being a new RES, is that he's willing to learn from his mistakes, which a lot of us, I think many a times we are just having the mind block that oh, wow, what if I meet this customer? I cannot this, I cannot that, you know, I scared this, I scared to say the wrong thing. So I think what he has done is that he prepped himself well. And I think is that he goes in with a very, very clear peace of mind, is that I just want to talk to the client. Yeah, I think that's something which I really admire about being new RES. Is that you don't care about anything and just chong on it. Yeah. Okay, back to you, Godfrey. Thank you. Thanks, Lawrence. Thank you. Congrats once
Thank
again.
you, Eugene.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think maybe if no one else is gonna ask that, I'm gonna ask this question. Lawrence, as a new RES, what is going through your mind when you? I mean, do you have a lot of savings and all those things? Because when a lot of people comes into this industry thinking that they need a lot of money, they need a lot of capital before they can actually succeed.
I think it's not the wrong thinking. I myself also thought maybe I will need quite a bit of money for uh marketing, digital marketing especially, because we all know that comms don't come in so fast. At least 3, 6 months at least, depending on the project. So I try to pace my own savings lah, not to be overstretched. In terms of allocating budget for campaigning. For example, for let's say Lake Garden, Orchard Sophia. So far it's still within my budget lah. So I'll eat lesser lah. For example, I'll cook at home. Then instead of going out for meals, I try to save up on that portion lah. Some budgeting come in lah.
Okay. So when you come to the industry, how much do you think is a good amount to start to do, example, digital marketing? Because just now we heard if you're doing on your own, you are roughly spending about 1,000 to 2,002 a month for marketing.
So I think perhaps it also depends on each individual. So I come in with a mindset of maybe spending about 2,000 per month, plus minus lah. I mean, that's also excluding some of the miscellaneous things like printing stickers or printing posters and all that. So perhaps all in all, between 1,500 to 2,000. Of course, I also hear from people who say that you can come in with zero budget, means you do hyping, you do door knock lah. That's another way of saving lah.
Okay, so
very much to it.
Okay, so to conclude, basically you're saying about 1,500 averagely to max 2,000 will be a good amount to start with for a new RES, or for RES or for agent who wants to do maybe co-prospecting but wants to spend a little bit of money. So basically about 1,500 to 2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to your Facebook marketing, when you start running the ads, did you tweak your ads or tweak your audience frequently, or you just let it run?
The initial stage, when I see leads coming in, I didn't do any changes lah. So also from what my mentor say, normally you try not to do so much changes. Just monitor first. If no leads come in, then you will do the tweaking lah. Like maybe you narrow down, or sorry, not you broaden up maybe the location, or you remove some of the interest settings, for example.
How soon from the start of the ad campaign did the first maybe 3 or 5 leads come in? Do you have any idea?
I didn't recall, but I know within a few days, there's quite a few leads lah. Maybe it's still considered early days of, for example, Lake Garden. Like it just come in almost daily. 1, 2 leads like that. Closer to the launch, I mean the preview, wow, it gets like maybe 1 every few days.
Okay. Thank you. I think it's quite common based on whatever you have shared with us, is that
Okay, Lawrence, last question, if you don't mind, Lawrence.
No problem.
No problem, you go on. Hello, Eugene, are you gonna ask?
Okay, Lawrence, sorry, okay, I was a bit Okay, last few questions. Okay, just
No
curious.
problem.
I just wanted to know how you started off this journey in real estate. Okay, so knowing that you're being so-called advised by your mentor to spend, within a certain limit of money. So can I know, as a new RES, how much are you prepared to run this thing? If in the event you didn't manage to close, what are your thoughts?
Okay, I did come to think of that when I didn't close any at Lake Garden. So I say maybe I'll just give myself another 3 months to test it out, to see maybe where are the weak areas that I need to look at, to reflect on, like maybe in terms of the conversion. Is it maybe the way I message the client wrongly, or I send them too much information and then makes them feel that they already know everything, no need to continue already, they can do it themselves. So I did some sort of a reflection at that point of time lah. Then my mentor also did a review on my work the following week when I didn't have any closing. I mean, sorry, I didn't have any uh check collected for Lake Garden. So he did a review the following week to see what could have went wrong. Maybe the marketing part, or maybe the way I reply to customer and all that lah. So then I give myself another 3 months to test it out in terms of the budgeting.
Okay. I think that's important to us lah, because a lot of times I think agents are all thinking that, what if I put in this amount of money and it doesn't work for me, then what am I going to do? I want to go into something that I know for sure that I can make money. So I think a lot of us are in this mind block period lah. Yeah. So
Yeah, I do agree.
Yep.
Yeah, I have exactly one fellow friend who is like same time as me, got the license. We are also in the Challenger program. He's doing Altura and Orchard Sophia. So he both didn't close, and he was quite disappointed lah. And he was thinking to do something else instead of real estate, which I think some of us are trying to convince him to try again, see maybe what went wrong, what could be improved lah. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing that you mentioned earlier, the mind block thing lah.
Okay, well, I think I have no questions for you. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Yeah, Godfrey.
Anyone still has any questions for Lawrence since he's here? Now is the best time to go and ask new RES or less experienced RES what is the challenge for a lot of some of us who here. Most of us here are the more experienced ones.
Okay, hi Lawrence. This is Joshua.
Hey, hello, Joshua.
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Just want to ask you. Since you've dealt with clients, I believe you can build a rapport probably pretty well with client. That's why they can trust you and close deal with you right? Okay. So
Yeah.
what do you think they did not go with other agent? Because I'm sure they come across others too.
I think I think if I could have met their expectation in terms of their needs lah, their needs. Maybe I have answered to their questions in a way that it fulfill their requirement. I think they will probably feel okay. I think Lawrence is quite okay. Maybe can stay with him a bit longer to test it out, because I'm sure many customers who have agent friends, or maybe they come across other agents, and I may not be the best, but I try to be the best lah, to show them that I'm sincere lah. I think sincere comes in also. Sincerity comes in. To show them I'm not that pushy kind, then I think they probably feel comfortable lah. That's how I feel.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Okay.
So that's the answer.
Yeah. In terms of presentation wise, let's say you meet your clients, I feel like maybe you go very impromptu based, talk to them. Do you have a general flow that you roughly follow?
I first will find out what are their needs, what kind of property they are looking at, and whether is it for own stay or investment. Then I also try to shortlist lah some of my recommendation, then I will give them my insights, whether would it be better for them to go into new launch or resale. Then I also consider whether let's say, what investment point of view, what are the things that they should take note as a landlord, like maybe in terms of the material wise. For example, Orchard Sophia, okay, in general, Orchard Sophia, why is it priced lower? For example, it's because they do not give the very top-notch material. However, these are the materials which landlord need to worry, because it's very easily maintainable. And like, for example, the flooring they give vinyl, scratch proof, resistant, so you don't need to worry as a landlord. If let's say, for example, Orchard Sophia going to give you timber strip, then you might have a problem next time you got to maintain. So landlord will want to keep their cost as low. So I try to hit that maybe requirement in their needs as much as possible, meet their maybe fulfilling what as a landlord should do or should have, then make them feel comfortable, assured that buying this is better than maybe buying other place.
Okay, thanks, Lawrence. Thanks, and congrats on
Okay,
your
thank you,
closing.
thank you. Thank you.
Maybe we can take a last question. Yoma. Anyone want to ask Lawrence the last question?
Lawrence, what is your target for this year to end off?
The total
Good
com,
question.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, clock.
Okay. I set a goal somewhere in before I got my license, means I talked to my mentor already. We set some goal setting. So I target to hit 150,000 for the rest of the year, means the next 6-7 months.
Yeah,
I mean,
6
then
7
6, 7 months.
left 4 months. Bro.
Yeah, not there 4 months. So I need to chong a bit more.
100,000
try
in
to
4
do
months. Okay, averagely about 30,000 only. Can be done.
can be done. I mean, I will do my best.
Honestly, can be done. Can be done.
Okay. So hopefully I
Yep.
can try to convert more along the way.
Definitely will. 来，Samuel，你没有问题问啊，Samuel，你难得了有来嘞。
没有，OK，
没有啊，没有，你
我
就出
miss
来
out the
了。
last few time，from 那个 Poly 的，还有那个谁 Kevin 的不错，不是那个谁的不错，所以我不懂是 Monday meeting 吗
不，
？So I
你不
try
懂
to
，OK
join，
OK，
I try
没事
to try
没
to
事
join more regularly 啦。
没事。OK， Lawrence，can I trouble you to stop screen share for a while?
Okay, can. So just to let you all know, I'm also a tiger with Lake Garden. So you all have potential leads, feel free to let me know. I'll be more than happy to to help you close. Because actually, honestly speaking, I'm more confident with Lake Garden than Orchard Sophia. But I mean, Orchard Sophia is still quite straightforward as a investment property, it's still not so bad. Okay, so I think that's all for my
Will
side.
you be taking up Jaden and all those things?
I'm still considering. However, my hyping activities started with Jaden already. So I try to collect leads from with regards to Jaden.
各位，I trouble you all to turn on your camera. I want to take a photo to help to thank Lawrence also and let him do a bit of marketing 也是，可以吗？各位，Can I trouble you all to turn on your camera? I just want to take a screenshot. I'll take a screen recording. Those who are still here. Anyone? OK， 开了吗 ？Eugene, thank you. 全部跑掉了。Samuel 在。Kelvin 要进来，他进来拍照。OK， 等一下给我一下子啊。Kelvin， 帮我开一下 camera Kelvin。Kelvin 开一下 camera 嘞。Thank you. And OK， 我要 look at the camera. Big smile。等一下啊，我要拍了。 Okay, 好了 ，Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lawrence, for your sharing. Thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome. Thank you for inviting me to do my sharing.
No problem, no problem. Okay, and with that, I think we end this week's so-called sharing. Then we will see you on next week. Next week, as usual. Next week, Samuel. Okay, thank you, Lawrence. Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.